Good evening to you all, and thank you once again for tuning in to Fuel Up, where we ground each other in scripture and take a practical way that we can apply it to our daily living. Today, we are going to look again into Matthew 14, verse 29. And for most of us, it's a common verse that we've read a lot of times. But I always ask myself, once I've read scripture, what is my takeout and how am I going to use in my day-to-day living? As I was looking at it, when you look at that scripture, this is the time that Peter and the other disciples are in the boat and they see Jesus walking on water. As he comes through, Peter, when he sees that it's Jesus, he calls out and say, "Master, can I come?" And Jesus says, "Come." He walks on water, but the next moment, as he looks at the storm, he begins to sink. And as he sinks, he calls out. There's some practical steps that I wanted us just to get from this message. The first one is Peter saw. So our first point is Peter saw. When you take it into practical terms, you can look at that as vision. When Peter recognized that it was Jesus who was coming to him, immediately he had an idea. As a person, what is that idea that you've been sitting on for so long? Never just sit on ideas. The moment that idea comes through your mind, you should try and make it real. And this is the second step that Peter took. He said, "Can I come?" When we're looking at that second step, for me, it means you need your market validation. What is it that I need to do? What type of ministry do I need to set up? What type of business am I going to run? What is it that I'm really going to do? Your market research. This is where you do it. Then thirdly, Peter took action. He went out of the boat. That means he left his comfort zone. For some of us, we need to get out of our comfort zone, the things that we are used to. Maybe it's that 8 to 5 job that you're used to and that salary that comes in, month out. But I want you to say today, step out in faith. Step out in bold faith and begin to do something different. Begin to change your life, and it begins with one step. Every business that you see today, every ministry that you see, everyone that you get to talk about today began with a step. And this is the step that I want us today to actively take and get out of our comfort zone. Then on the fourth one, he removed his eyes on Jesus and Peter began to sink. How can you relate it to your practical terms? Be a person of strategy. Because when you remove your eyes on the strategy or on the definable steps that you're supposed to take, you can lose focus on where you're going. So in a business, in a ministry, whatever it is, you need a strategy that you work with. You can't go to D before going through B and C. You need steps that you are able to define, and you keep on refining them, because that is the only sure way that you will not sink. But I love what Peter did. The moment he then realized that I'm sinking, he cried out. Crying out means you are looking back and redefining what is it that I can work on. Because once you lose focus, you can lose everything. Don't be distracted about the noise. Don't be too afraid about the competition. At times you think you're the only person that's there. But the negative noise can begin to come in, the market noise, the competitors, so many people, or you just feel overwhelmed and you quickly lose focus. When you lose focus, that is the time that you actually begin to sink. But finally, in the end, what I love about it all is Peter was rescued. As a person, as you will step out, you need to know, what is my pivoting point? Where is my strength? Peter just understood that my strength is in crying out to God. And that's exactly what he did. In crying out to God, you get to really understand things that you can never really understand. But one thing, all of this, you can then begin to see the movement, the fireworks, and everything once you get out from your comfort zone. So, friends, I'd like to say thank you very much for being with me. But don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, to follow, to share with a friend, that all of us can grow together and we can continue to be fueled up so that we are grounded in scripture, yet we are going out into the marketplace and bringing out tangible results. Have a blessed day and love you all.